Alright, we're going to show you how to clean your Ruger Mark III. First thing you want to do is grab one of your mother's dish towels. She'll appreciate you for that. Then you grab an old toothbrush, your brother's, and you grab some solvent. Now this solvent is extremely flammable, at least this kind is. And you just kind of swab that all over your moving parts. This will break up the gummed up oil for one, and it'll break up the lead oxide that gets down in the gun from the blowback. Just kind of swab that all over that. Now I already have a barrel brush that's been soaking in solvent. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the cleaning rod through there, then insert thread in the brush, get just a hair more solvent on there. I'm going to draw it through out the end of the barrel so it doesn't put a bunch of junk in here. Drop that back in the solvent. It came out really clean. Now let's we'll take a little solvent, put that down inside the slide area. Kind of brush that around. Let that sit a while. Let's do our bolt now. I want to get a little solvent on this and let that soak a second. Now to take apart the firing pin part, push that little pin out part way, push the hammer forward and drop that out. Now slide out your firing pin and those two little pieces. These two little pieces right here fit lengthwise in that slot, and then there's a crosswise slot down in the very tip, and it goes angle down in there. Oh, first we're going to put a little solvent down in there and brush it out. Going to tap that out, get all the excess solvent out of there. All right. Now replace your little tang and the spring. Put your firing pin back in. And slide in the firing pin keeper. Check if that's dirty. It's clean. Stick the fork end down and push it down in. The bottom's pretty clean. You just wipe this off with a paper towel real quick. All right. Kind of brush any extra solvent off here. I like using compressed air down in here too. It blows some of the crud out. Now we'll get some lubrication and come back. Alright, we got our lubricant here. This is Rust Reaper. Now it actually is called Blue Creeper. We're gonna apply that to any moving part in here. Just a couple drips at every moving part. Now there's a spring back in here. Don't forget that little spring and a little plunger. And get some down in the trigger piston and all the trigger moving parts. Get down in your safety. Don't want your safety sticking off. Put just a little bit down in the magazine release. You're good to go for the frame. Now let's lubricate the barrel. I put a generous amount in the barrel and then wipe it out later. Get a whole bunch on the slide here. Kind of let that wick its way around. And you want some down in that little catch too. All right. Insert your rod from the muzzle end. Put your eye on. Grab a patch for the appropriate caliber or gauge. Be a caliber on this one. And draw it through out the end of the barrel. That's not too bad. We'll run one more through. We're getting there. You want all that excess oil and crud out of there. Alright, that's pretty good. It picked up some extra oil out of there. Now let's kind of just dab that extra oil out. Don't want to really wipe with a cotton swab because it'll leave little hairs that could cause premature wear on your gun. Just kind of blot it out. All right, let's assemble this. Rubber mallet. Insert your clip. Drop the bolt back in. Oop, I didn't get far enough down. Always use a rubber mallet. It's a little stiff still. All right, it's almost all the way up through. There it goes. All right, now pull your trigger, let that swing down. Get that tang in the right spot. It springs, close it. Let's check the action. Everything works freely. Safety works good. And let's check the magazine button. Magazine button works great. There you go, you're ready to shoot.